We are getting close to Juneau, Alaska.
So coming up here on the right between this Pandora shop and the Alaska Juneau shop, you'll see a sign that says Borough Way and a flight of stairs that goes right between those two buildings. That's considered a street. It's maintained by the city. There's people that live up there, and there's just no road that goes to their houses. There's another one, Carroll Way, right there between those two buildings. Some people have their post office boxes up there. Some of them are nice to put them at the bottom, you know. But some of them, oh man, poor mailman. Or can you imagine carrying a piano or a couch? There's another one, Ewing Way, right there. You can see the houses up there. When real estate's limited, you know, and you got to build your house on the side of the mountain, that's what you do. And then we've got the Red Dog Saloon up here in front of us. Those of you that have been here before can vouch for me. There's a couple inches of sawdust in there on the floor. And that traces back to when Juneau was still a big mining town. And the miners, they come down from the mines, they've got gold in their pockets or in pouches, and that's what they use to pay for their drinks. And when they pull some of that gold out, sometimes some of that gold dust would slip and fall into the sawdust and mix in. You'd never get it back kind of thing. But it would accumulate, so the Red Dog Saloon was clever, and they'd sift through it all after every few weeks and get all that gold. It's like their own little way of mining, you know. Alright, so the plan is, we're going to go to the glacier first. It's going to be about a 25-minute drive there. And the green wristbands that we gave everyone, that was just to get you into the visitor center at the Minnetonka Glacier for free. Otherwise, they want you to pay a few dollars, and so this way is just a whole lot easier. So as long as you've got that with you at the glacier, you should be ready to go. You'll have about an hour there to hang out and check out the visitor center, go down the trails a little bit, get some pictures, check out the salmon viewing area, whatever you'd like, however you'd like to spend your time there. And then I'll pick you up after that, and then we'll go to the salmon hatchery, which is kind of back towards town. And we'll pass it on the way out, actually. And I'll have about 45 minutes there. You'll get a dialogue and a little tour, and then some time to explore their aquariums, fish tanks, and everything there. There's so many amazing little sea creatures there. The population of Juneau is about 32,000, and that fluctuates a little bit in the summer because it is the tourist season. You know, the ships are in, the shops are open, there's seasonal workers, that kind of thing, but it hovers around there. And several thousand live over there on Douglas Island in front of us, on the other side of the Gastineau Channel. And that bridge that you see over there in front of us is the only bridge that connects Douglas Island to the rest of Juneau. But where we are here, this is on the mainland, but even so, it is landlocked. There's no road in or out of Juneau. So there's only 3 ways to get into Juneau. Anyone know those 3 ways? That water, air, and the birth canal. I know, bad joke, but it's true. Everything you see, you know, had to be barged in. You know, building supplies, large vehicles. Most of these vehicles came in on a ferry. Gold here in 1880, right? That's kind of when everything started. And Chief Cowee of the natives was the one that showed them where the gold was. Now, I don't know if any of you have heard of John Muir, but he came to Juneau and he saw a lot of quartz, you know, and so he knew that, you know, quartz and gold have the same melting point roughly, and so that's a good indicator of gold. So he told Whittier that there's gold in the mountains, you know, and so that's how Joe Juneau and Richard Harris were sent here. Now, to the natives, gold didn't have a whole lot of value. They knew it was a soft ore. They couldn't really build tools out of it. They sometimes would use it to patch their pottery, but other than that, they didn't really see the value. So they traded the information of where the gold was for a bunch of wool blankets. That was something that was valuable to them. Living here in the winter, they needed to stay warm. Now, originally, it wasn't called Juneau. It was called Harrisburg after Richard Harris. But then they decided that there were already too many Harrisburgs. And it went through a couple name changes, but eventually it ended up, they had a town meeting. Rumor has it that Joe Juneau was the one that brought the most beer to the town meeting, or brought the most rounds the night before. There's probably some truth to that, because apparently Richard Harris was not the friendly one. He wasn't very likable, but Joe Juneau was very friendly. People would visit and he would say, "Welcome, you know, let me buy you your first beer." So naturally they were happy to name it after him.